2 years ago, I made my sister a bookshelf quilt that was way easier than it looks. It was actually almost entirely a scrap buster quilt. I wanted it to look exactly like her bookshelf at home. And I started by taking all my scraps and cutting them into 1, 1.5, 2, or 2.5 inch wide strips. I then went through and cut them to a random book size length. Then I matched up all of those patterns with books that she actually had or had on her Goodreads. Anything especially important to us as children, I made sure to get the logo correctly, and then I just used my sewing machine to save time on all the other ones. Her bookshelves are white, which means the background is gray, and I cut that gray fabric into the same length of strips and attached it to the end of the books. All of the books plus background strips got trimmed to 9 or 11, the finished size of my shelves. Then they got grouped with others of their height and made into sections on the shelf. The hardest part was laying out all these sections to fit into a nice neat square without having a pattern. I left blank spaces on purpose so that I could add plans and knickknacks and make sure that everything fit just right. Strips of white fabric ended up being the shelves themselves, and then I backed it with really wide minky and tacked it instead of quilting it. The result was a bookshelf quilt that looked just like her bookshelf at home so that she could move to college without leaving it behind. And it had all the books we enjoyed together as kids. I'd be happy to make another sample for like a pillow or something if you'd like to see an in-depth tutorial.